Hey guys, how's it going? Matt Pierce here with another book review. First of all, I just want to say check out my shirt. My favorite shirt. It says visit outside where real stuff happens. Unplug. Living life through a screen is not living. Remember that. I like to wear the shirt as a reminder to myself and people, other people mostly, because I get out enough. But anyways, here we go. Book review. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. This was a fantastic book. It didn't have as much like information on investing and finances as you would expect for this. It was more about achieving and getting the right mindset. Hence the name, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So it was very interesting because it talked about how basically we have like these set, I guess schematics. I think it's called them. It might have been a different term. I'm sorry if it was, but for how much money we earn. So what I mean by that is if you're used to earning, $20,000 a year and that's all you work for and that's all you see yourself making, that's all you're going to make. Like Donald Trump, if he was only a millionaire, well, we think of him as like, multi-millionaire, super rich. If he only had like 500,000 or $1 million, that would be broke considered to where he is now. Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, if they were only making 50 grand a year, well, we would consider them pretty much broke, but that's normal for most people. So it talks about tapping into your brain and basically resetting that so that you can tell yourself that you deserve to make more money. An interesting concept I came across in this was if you think of rich people as greedy people, and I don't mean materialistic people, I mean rich people, people with wealth, people with a lot of money. If you think of them as greedy and you don't like them, that's usually sort of a bad emotion. It's usually some deep-seated problem that you've encountered from encountering some sort of rich person like that was greedy or something, or maybe something your parents put in your head, like money is evil or something like that. Anything anybody's ever told you about money, it affects the way that you handle your money. So if you think of rich people as greedy and you think money is evil and all that stuff, you're never going to get wealthy. You're never going to create wealth. You're never going to get rich because you will never become a person that you don't want to be. So he talks about resetting that, and you got to think that rich people are generous. You got to think of them as nice people. And I don't mean materialistic people, all right? There's a difference between rich people and materialistic people. There's people who make a lot of money, but they spend all of it. And that's not really rich by my definition or by by these guys' definitions. If you're making $500,000 a year but you spend it all, you're not rich, right? It doesn't matter. If you spend it all, you're not rich. So what a lot of these people are, and this book doesn't quite talk about this. This is another book I'll review later. Most of these people are like living in middle class areas. Most of the millionaires, I should say, living in middle class areas, making enough money that they could live in a high class area. So they're living way below their means, and their money just kind of piles up. And they're just you wouldn't think of, like, if you saw them on the street, you wouldn't think of them as a millionaire. They just happen to have a crap load of money. So rich people are not necessarily greedy. Some of the really materialistic people are people that make a lot of money and spend it all, but typically like wealthy people are not, and you have to change that if you want to make more money. And that's kind of what this book talks about, and it's by T. Harv Eker, by the way. And there's a couple other concepts in this book that were just really cool. One of the quotes that stuck with me was, if a 100-foot tall oak tree had the mind of a human, it would only be 10 feet tall. And what that's referring to is a lot of people will never see their full potential because they don't let themselves grow to it. You put limits on yourself. If you spend too much time partying, smoking, and all that junk, pouring stupid stuff in your body, eating badly, indulging in simple short-term pleasures, you're never gonna reach your full potential. So you have to let yourself grow, and you have to understand that it's okay to grow as a person. It's not a bad thing, all right? you have to understand that you don't have to put limits on yourself. If you tell yourself you can't do something, you can't do something. If you tell yourself you can do something, doesn't mean you can do it right away, but chances are, if you spend enough time on it, you can definitely do it. So you have to believe that you can grow. You have to stop putting limitations on yourself. Don't be the a 10-foot oak tree, grow to be 100 feet. Believe in yourself and just let yourself grow and put in time into things you love and you want to grow in, want to get better at. So that's kind of what this book's about. It was really interesting. Some of the concepts in it were just kind of like really, really cool. It was a great book. I definitely recommend it. It just talks about, reaching your full potential, essentially. That's what stuck with me, more than the money part. Reaching your full potential, and that's very important to understand that you deserve to reach your full potential. Another thing this book talked about was kind of cool is there's going to be money made. Money's going to be flowing through the economy. If you miss it today, there's going to be more of it coming in tomorrow. It's always circulating. So if you don't think you deserve any of the money, none of it's going to go to you. You have to think that you deserve it, and it doesn't really have. There's so much money out there that doesn't really have repercussions if you take a lot of it. But what I mean by this is, I don't mean that to sound like take everything, right? Don't take things from people, but there's just so much money circulating that it would be okay for you to have like $1 million, and because not everyone's going to do that, not everyone's going to kind of work towards that, but it would be okay. It's not like it's going to make poor people poorer. It doesn't work that way because there's enough of it in circulation. So basically, if you decide that you don't deserve money, the money is going to go towards somebody who thinks they do deserve it. And that's just the way it works. So you have to be willing to receive. It's as simple as that. You can't be give and ask for nothing in return all the time. You have to be willing to receive as well. So that's kind of an overview. A lot of cool concepts in this book. I really enjoyed reading it. I hope you check it out. It's definitely one of the. I say there's a lot of books on my top list, but I'm just reading so many good books these days. It's worth your time for sure. So check it out. I don't want to make this video too much longer. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Be sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more stuff like this, I'll be posting more book reviews soon. So, alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.